Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be grading the Detroit Pistons and their off-season, because they're one of the teams that did a lot of business this off-season. So why not grade them, see how they did, yeah, go from there. So first of all, in their draft pick, they had the number 7 overall pick, where they selected Killian Hayes. Now he's a point guard obviously, I think he's going to be a very good point guard. He's 6'5", he's got a high ceiling, I've heard. You know, I've seen him from some of his preseason games and he's looked good. He's going to have great defense, good decision making, and I think he's the future of the franchise for sure. You know, he's our point guard of the future. With Derrick Rose probably going to be six man of the year, but he'll be 6-man, taking a step back this year. Also the 19th pick, we had Saddiq Bey. He's 6'8". Last year he averaged 16 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, and 2.4 assists per game. So you know, he could look like a good player, Saddiq Bey. You know, the Pistons, they have, but the only one bad thing is they have a lot of forwards, so it's unsure at how much, you know, game time Saddiq Bey will get. You know, against all the forwards they have it in a minute or two, but you know, they have a lot of forwards. They also brought in Isaiah Stewart for another centre. That's what I mean, more big men. He was a number 16 overall pick. So you know, they had 3 picks, and Killian Hayes looks like the pick of the bunch really. And hopefully for Pistons fans, he can be the point guard of our franchise really. In free agency then they brought in Jeremy Grant on a 3-year $60 million deal. Now he had a great season last year with the Nuggets. He impressed a lot of people. I didn't see him going to the Detroit Pistons at all. I thought he'd re-sign with the Nuggets, but he's gone to the Pistons. But they did lose Christian Wood, so he's a replacement for Christian Wood in my eyes. Grant, great player, you know, brings the length, bit of height, some scoring, so and defense, so he'll be a good player to bring in. They also brought in Mason Plumlee, who was also with the Nuggets last year, on a 3-year $24 million deal. Some people, you know, criticize this move. You know, it's a weird move, as they already have a lot of big men. But you know, Plumlee will bring experience. He's 30 years old now, and he's one of the best passers in the game, passing big men in the game. Yeah, he can pick a pass, so that's what he'll bring. He'll bring passing, bit of experience, and yeah, we'll go from there. I still think this is a weird move, bringing in Mason Plumlee, but maybe Pistons fans are happy with it. I don't know. Now, as I said, they lost Christian Wood to Houston. He was one of their best players last year, especially near the end of the season. And they also lost Luke Kennard. So 2 of their best players last year they lost. But you know, they replaced with Jeremy Grant, who's a good player. And you know, hopefully for them, Killian Hayes can step up as well. They also brought in LiAngelo Ball, and he signed a non-guaranteed contract. He's at them for 10 days, and then they waived him. So I don't know what the point of that was. You know, I made a video about this. You know, I'll leave that link in the description. But I don't know why they released LiAngelo Ball. I don't know why they brought him in the first place. You know, only keep him for 10 days. But you know, I made a video about that, so I'm not gonna cover all ground again. They also traded Trevor Ariza for Delon Wright. They didn't really want Trevor Ariza, and he's getting passed around from team to team. So you know, not too surprised to see that they got rid of Trevor Ariza. They brought in Delon Wright. As I said, lost Christian Wood to the Rockets. So you know, they did a lot of business this offseason. You know, they brought players in, then waived them. Dwayne Dedmon, I think they brought him in, then waived him. You know, at one stage I made a Pistons video a while ago. I think they had 22 players in the roster. Now they've narrowed down to 15. So that's, you know, at least you have your squad now. Troy Weaver, it's his first year with the team, not as manager, not as coach. I mean, as you know, he's the GM at this stage. You know, bringing in players. So you know, he's done a lot of business this off season, and hopefully Pistons fans, you know, he set you up good for the future. Overall, they've got a lot of young players now. And that's Troy Weaver did. He's building something. You know, with the OKC he built, you know, Harden, KD, Westbrook, all them boys. So the future is looking bright. But I expect these players, you know, turn out to be good players. But the future is looking bright. Dwayne Casey is a good coach, but you know, with this Pistons team, it's going to take time, in my opinion. But you know, technically, every team has a chance. They have a chance of making the playoffs. But the Eastern Conference is getting much stronger every year. And I think around the 10th to 11th seed is where the Pistons will be finishing up this year. But of course, still, even though with all the injuries, any chance for the playoffs relies on Blake Griffin. See how good he plays, come back from injury. Derrick Rose, you know, he'll be a good man to come off the bench with Killian Hayes being your starting point guard. So he'll bring a lot to Rose. It depends if you don't trade him though. But Blake Griffin, I don't see you trading him this season. He's you know, your season relies on him. Of how good he does, he'll do. Jeremy Grant as well is a big piece, but this is still Blake Griffin's still the best player in his team right now. You know, Killian Hayes has the potential. Jeremy Grant could, he could take over the responsibility this season. We'll wait and see. Derrick Rose, he's back at point guard, so there won't be as much pressure on him to perform. So Blake Griffin, this is his team now. A possible starting lineup of the Pistons. Now, there's so many starting lineups the Pistons could use. This is just a possible one. You got Killian Hayes, the starting point guard. Delon Wright, shooting guard. Jeremy Grant, small forward. Blake Griffin, power forward. And Mason Plumlee as your starting centre, with D Rose as your sixth man. Now that's just a possible lineup. I don't know this team well enough to be saying any lineups, any full on lineups. I'm sure they could change it up this year, especially with this season being shorter. Plenty of games. The lineup will be changing probably. Jeremy Grant, it was a good move. They did lose C Wood, but Killian Hayes is a prospect, and that sums up their off season. And that's why I give him a 6 out of 10 this off season. Really, because getting Jeremy Grant was good, but you lost Christian Wood, so that evens that out. Killian Hayes is a good draft pick for sure, and they brought in loads of other players. But for me, a 6 out of 10. Won't make it in the playoffs. Future is bright, I suppose, for them. Depends if these players step up. Still have way too many front court players, but anyway, it is what it is for them at this stage. And that's the video. Make sure to like the video if you're new. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. And with all that said, I'm out of here.